Yeah. Well, uh, I suppose I got Disney Plus there anyway. Um, Even though no one's listening at the moment, but no, not to worry. And I've been catching up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I just finished Phase One, with the exception of the Incredible Hulk, because Universal owns the rights to that, based on my quick Google search anyway. Um, yeah, to the person that just came in, I'm watching the MCU. So I'm just going to give him a quick overview of Phase One of the MCU, except for the Incredible Hulk, which isn't on Disney Plus. I think it is technically part of the MCU, but because there's a different actor playing Bruce Banner, and because of the redesign of the Hulk, I'm just going to ignore it for the time being anyway, and just talk about the two Iron Man movies. He's first two Iron Man movies. He's Thor, Captain America, and the Avengers. And overall, they're fairly good. Diamond movies are decent movies. Can't really complain in too much about them. Not the best. Now, granted, I haven't seen all the movies, but out of all the ones I've seen so far, the two Iron Man movies are only decent. Uh, Thor is the weakest of them all. Like, it's not terrible, I guess. Like, I have no problems watching it, but I'm in no rush to rewatch it. The sequel's not supposed to be great either. Uh, um, but but then Captain America is where it kind of picks up its stride, and I think they were settling it a bit more into what the MCU was going for, because um, believe it or not, they had no idea what they were doing with the first Iron Man. It was a complete mess. Most of the time, they didn't have a script, and when they did, it changed a lot. Like, it was only by the grace of God that the movie was made at all. Never mind being good. You can look at, if you want to hear more about that specifically, you can look at the fact fiend video on that. I might leave a link to it when in the description when this is uploaded on YouTube. Oh, um, yeah, um, yeah, and then obviously the Avengers is a very good movie as well to top off Phase One. On that, yeah, trying to think. I'm trying to think of more things to say. Well, well, as I said, Thor, the first Thor movie isn't the strongest movie. Kind of, Loki was very good in it, but I think he was much better in Avengers. Itchy nose, itchy nose. Uh, I was hoping I would talk a bit more about the event about Phase One, but I think this is actually all I have to kind of say. Apart from the fact that I think Tony in the first two movies is a bit of he's a lovable dickhead, but he's a dickhead all the same. Like, if he was a real, like, I root for him in the movies because he is the good guy. He does the right thing eventually. But But if I was a real person now and I knew him in real life, I would probably give him at least a light box. Um, and last week, I think last week was I've seen the most amount of movies in such a short space of time. I saw Hercules. I saw Lilo and Stitch. It's obviously phase one of the Marvel movies. He's he's The Wizard of Oz, which is on Netflix, not Disney Plus. And what I saw Wally this morning. Wally's such a good movie. Uh, well, I I don't even know where to begin with Wally. It's just such a well done movie. And I'm guessing not that I'll be looking at the comment section and for this one in particular in a year's time, but just in case, but just so people wouldn't be asking too much. I have seen most of the Netflix Marvel shows, and all I have to I just have to finish. I have to start and finish season 3 of Daredevil, the same season 3 of Jessica Jones, and season 2 of The Punisher. That um, I'm very fairly close. I'm just taking them. I might start them soon. Might even do it this week because I'm off all week, thankfully. But I'm just took a break because it was from them for a while. Daredevil's very good. Right? The best out of all of them. Now, granted, I still have to see season 3, but so far it's the best out of them all. Luke Cage is very good as well. I wouldn't say it's as good as Daredevil, but fairly close in my opinion, anyway. The Punisher is kind of a bit weaker, but still good as well. Jessica Jones is a little bit better as well. Very good. The first season of Iron Fist, pure fucking shite. Like there's some, I found it entertaining enough to watch the 2 seasons, and season 2 is a little bit better, but not a great show in general. No, I haven't watched an episode of Agents of Shield in I don't know how long, and because I felt kind of, I started watching it, but then other things just came about, and I just didn't get. Now with Disney Plus, I might get back into it, and I haven't seen Agent Carter or a few of the other. I think the Inhumans are a series as well. Excuse me. Now, I look up the TV shows was at some point, but at the moment I'm just focusing on the movies. Excuse me. Yeah, what actually happened with the Marvel movies? What I'm catching up on them now is that I saw up to Iron Man 3, and then apart from a handful of movies that were separate from the Avengers, like Guardians of the Galaxy, e, e, and what's the name? Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange. And apart from those standalone movies, and I haven't seen too many of them. So I'm just going rewatching all those. I'm just going to watch all the movies in the order that they came out. And yeah, and we'll just take it from there. All right, now, all right. One thing I'm going to try to do this week because I'm off all week is at the very least for between today and Friday. I I plan on uploading every day. No, I won't be. I won't pressure myself to come down. I may tomorrow definitely because I could end up helping my dad out with stuff. But I plan on doing at least a few minutes. It's streaming every day for the week, and kind of just now I'll probably just be talking about TV shows and movies, maybe a bit of music. Actually, speaking of music, I just listened to Kenny Rogers as a Coward of the County. What was it? I'll look it up here just to make sure I have the right title. But such a good song. Just looking it up here. Oh yeah, it was actually Coward of the County. Like the only song I knew from Kenny Rogers was the Gambler. Apparently, I can't speak properly today. Not that I speak properly anyway, but yeah, that's a good song. Not a good, a good. Not been keep actually make see what they're doing lately because I haven't been keeping up to date. But a good band is Nickelback, and I know that eventually I'm going to get abuse for this, but fuck it. I like not all the songs are good, but I like the majority of the songs. And anyone who thinks they're a hot piece of mess, which is a lot of people, ye have a good day. I couldn't give a shite what you think. Because maybe they are a shite band, but objectively speaking, but yeah, people are not objective most of the time. And nor will I pretend to be objective when it comes to movies or anything, because my opinions will change anyway. That I could, and I like if you ever hear me saying, "Oh, such and such a movie is the best movie ever," or the best movie in a specific genre or whatever, yeah, I'm probably just excited about the movie and not thinking in like, "Oh, all this is objectively the best," or "This is the worst." Like take take The Stranger by Orson Welles. Um, that movie is praised. I thought I thought it was okay. I've never seen um, the I can't even remember the movie off the top of my head at the moment. Citizen Kane. That's it. I've not seen Citizen Kane, but I have heard from a few people online and a few people I met that it's okay. Like things are often called the Citizen Kane of whatever, like the Citizen Kane of music or the Citizen Kane of ass-shaped cakes. Uh, I, from I have not heard good things about the movie in general. Uh, if I get a chance, I may watch it just for the sake of watching it because it is a part of movie history. But yeah, I'm not in any particular rush to watch that. Uh, yeah, so I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. Actually, something I forgot to talk about, not part of the MCU, but still connected to Marvel, and it's awesome because it's part of my childhood. the Incredible Hulk TV series, which like I've only seen a handful of them, and I might look at an episode once I'm finished live streaming here. But oh my god, it still holds up. It's such a good show. Uh, um, like the next episode, I see. I haven't looked at any details. I just know from the thumbnail from Disney Plus, Ghost Rider is going to be in it. Like now, it's been years since I saw the Ghost Rider movie, and by no means have I read a lot of comic books. Never mind any about the Ghost Rider, but I remember them. I remember liking Nick Cage each movie. Now I didn't see the sequel, and it has been years since I saw um, that that movie. The my brain's not working today. The Ghost Rider movie. So, but I remember enjoying that movie a lot. Do not think that I do not think that it's a good movie because I remember being a good, because there's a good few movies that I remember liking a lot, and they're not that good. One movie I remember every morning before school I would put in the VHS, watch as much of it as possible, and then finish it in the evening. Was the Scooby Doo movie. I loved the Scooby Doo movie when I was younger. We watched it there about. Can't remember exactly when, but it was. I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago, maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit sooner. Um, like I had fun watching it because of how much I loved it, but no way is it a good movie. Now, now what I'm actually thinking of bad movies that I enjoyed watching. Now I haven't seen it in I say I'm in year or two, probably longer, because time has been is going faster and faster for me anyway. Because fuck me, I guess. Look up Rampage. That that is based on an old video game. Just looking it up here. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, yeah. One thing I'll say about the movie is at the beginning, while they do realize that the premise is a bit silly, they do try to take it a little bit seriously. Like they explain why why these powers are showing up in the animals and that, and the Rock's character, I forget the actual character's name, is very anti-human. Apart from the people who work at the zoo, I think, or at least one person who works at the zoo. But then towards the end of the movie, they realize is that the premise is just pure shite, and just go, do you know what? Fuck it. Let's just ham it the fuck up. Let's not even bother explaining in why the animals are getting more powers and why some have certain powers when the others don't. Like, like it's shite, but it's so enjoyably shite that you just have to love it, or at least I have to love it. I I may I must give it a watch anyway. Like it's not. I may even watch it this week because it's not like I'll be going anywhere for my week off. Originally, I was supposed to be a groomsman for a wedding that has been delayed till July. So yeah, so I was hoping to take. I'll probably have to take a new week, a second week off because I have to take a week off for spring. Like I don't understand why I can't just take a week off whenever, but those are the rules of where I work. Yeah, for anyone watching this in the future and the one person watching now, do not work retail if you can. If you have to work in retail, fair enough. Avoid it if possible. It is not fun. Like, it allows me to do. It gives me money that allows me to do that allows me to watch movies in the cinema when the cinema's fucking opened. Thanks, Corona. But and it allowed me to go to a few conventions and go on holiday to Germany of 2 years ago. Like it allowed me to do good things, but I just need a change. I was hoping for a change this year, and hopefully when the coronavirus clears up, I might get that change. But I I just am where I am. I suppose I better not complain too much, though. Excuse me, because at least I was able to pay for this. At least I'm able to pay for some of the stuff I enjoy. Uh, no, just just need a change. That's all. I hope no one from work actually watches this anytime soon. No, most people in the shop would understand because I have no problems actually talking to co-workers about this. It's more that uh, if management sees it, did see this, they could I think more the owner specifically. I don't think management cares particularly. Like as long as they don't actively say anything specific about the shop I'm working at. I won't even say uh, um, I'll keep it I could mess up in the future if I decide to talk about it, but I'll actively keep it as vague as possible so that no one could look it up until after the fact. Like afterwards, like I won't I won't actively go on my way to try to say stuff, but I won't actively not avoid it. But at the moment, I'm dependent on it, so don't bite the hand that feeds you. Well, that and my dad works there as well, so lose lose situation. Uh, um, going a lot, talking a lot more than I did last week, anyway. Uh, trying to think now. Oh, I saw the Wizard of Oz yesterday. Um, okay, like a whole lot of nothing happens in it. Like, granted, I'm spoiled as a modern movie goer, because usually even bad movies at least continue continue with the plot. Uh, like even Wally, which for the first good bit, it doesn't look like anything plot related is happening other than Eve coming down. But everything serves the plot. Like you see all the the junk that Wally brings back to where all the other Wallies should be, and while some of it is filled with parts so he can repair himself, a lot of it is just him curious about what these human things are. like like at one point he picks up a bra and puts it over his eyes because he doesn't know what the fuck it is. And then he has the light bulb, which he just thinks is neat. He doesn't know that it's a light bulb. He has the movie, where he gets his idea of what the connection with someone is, of holding hands, which is so sweet. Wally's such a sweet movie. Wally's such a sweet character as well. Like, like all he was looking for was just a connection because the only other thing, but the only other sentient thing, well, sentient by that movie standard anyway, is the cockroach. Actually, funny fact about cockroaches: people who work with them for their lives actually become allergic to cockroaches and I think ground coffee. I know it's something else random, some other random thing if it's not coffee, but I'm certain it is coffee. Just something that popped in my head there. But there's no other life apart from the plant he finds later. Like, and while I'm not 100% certain, I'm assuming that Wally is building those towers was because he thinks that's what people just build towers for the sake of building towers. Like even which he's still doing his job of tidying up. So you're not specifically told if the other Wallies did it that way as well. Like they could have just made a big pile, but he specifically built things that vaguely look like he buildings, or at least as far as I'm aware, they vaguely look like towers anyway. Like I have no confirmation one way or the other. And that's the great thing about movies of not absolutely everything needs to be explained. There's just stuff that it's just there. Like as a whole, you can see what the state of the mess with the garbage, but not one individual thing in that trash has to mean anything. Just like the collective of all the trash just shows. Oh, I hope no one thinks I have to coronavirus after this. Yeah. So I think I actually talked more about Wally than I did about the MCU as a whole, and there are more movies that I still enjoy. Uh, but yeah. Uh, actually, I'm going to keep the camera running, but nothing will be shown. I just have to check the file here. But I won't even bother editing this out when it's uploaded. Just going to be dull. Great for watch time though. I will be back. Yeah, fire's good. Yeah. I wish that there was a lot that I would be able to talk more than just movies and TV shows and music. Uh, I might talk about other stuff that I've done before. Like last year, I went to Comic Con up in Dublin with my cousin. That was a good experience. Like I went the year before by myself. That was a good experience as well. Uh, uh, I don't like. I hope I be able to go to Comic Con in August, but not. But I know they had to cancel the one in spring because for the last few years they had two Comic Cons in Dublin, one for anime in Pacific, and then the more general one then in August. And I've been going to just the August ones. Well, for the last 2 years I've done, and I went once years ago, which wasn't in the convention center because that's a newer thing. Like it was planned since about 2000, but wasn't built until about 2010 or 11. So the first Comic Con wasn't in that building. Uh, that was like those are the only well, I've been to a convention in Port there. That was I went there 2 years in a row, and then last year they changed. I didn't. I missed the day because I think they changed it or something. Or maybe it was on the same day. I don't know, but I missed it because it was only one day instead. Like, I only went one day for the 2 years that I went, but they only had it for one day, and I missed the advertising for that last year. Was I'm assuming that it might be. I don't know. I didn't hear anything official, but I'm assuming that it'll probably be cancelled or at the very least restricted because of the pandemic. Uh, uh, just checking. Oh, I think that just mutes the micro. Actually, doesn't actually mute it. I'm just out of pure curiosity. I'm going to just check. Yeah, I won't even bother looking back. Actually, out of curiosity, I will check. Was around the 22nd minute. Um, I might rewatch this bit specifically out of curiosity, even though I hate my voice, as I said before, a few times. People will probably get sick of me saying that, so I'll keep an eye on how often I say it in the future. But yeah. Oh, and for anyone curious, the fire is good at the moment. Not that it matters, because most people will probably see this way in the future when the fire's gone out. But at this at this moment, as I'm uploading, as I'm live streaming here, the fire's going good, keeping the house a little bit warmer than usual. Uh, trying to think. Let's try to go as far. Let's. Hmm. I wonder if I can try to keep this going for now. I might decide to turn the live stream off before the hour. But let's see if I can actually go the hour. Just out of pure, just curious if I can keep this going for the hour. Like I know a minute or two was probably when I went to went to the fire. So I doubt that too many people will watch the full. Well, I suppose the one view I have at the moment wasn't here from the very beginning, but I think he came about a minute afterwards. I think there was a second lad as well. I think it just came and went so quickly. But assuming you're the same person, and like, I don't know if you are or not, but assuming you're the same person, thanks for sticking so long. Even if you're not the same person, thanks for sticking around anyway. Uh, yeah. So just trying to think, what will I talk about now? Hey, if I'm going to keep this going for the hour, I might as well think of trying to talk. I look up something on the phone. Just I look up stupid jokes because uh, stupid jokes. I love stupid jokes. Actually, one joke that I'm going to say now, like, it's not the complete joke. It's just a joke. It's just isolated. It. It's just a joke that I was able to isolate the specific part from, and I'm delighted that I told it at the lecture picnic last year to a few of my sister's friends, and and it is, how do you get an elephant into a fridge in 3 steps? Open the fridge, put the elephant in, close the door. How do you get a giraffe in 4 steps? Open the fridge, take the elephant out, put the giraffe in, and close the door. Like, it's a stupid, silly joke. And it's not even the full joke. It's part of a much longer joke, but it's just some. But you could just isolate it itself as its own joke. But I told that to a lad that he's actually my sister's boyfriend's brother, because we were telling each other just stupid jokes. Like, for the most part, I went around the electric picnic by myself, but in the morning, and, I just went to where my sister was camping, and just hung around with them for a bit. But we were telling each other a few stupid jokes, and that one really stuck with him, and it stuck with the entire group, and he started telling it to everyone else. So much that some people were sick of it because they were telling it so much. Like, I wasn't there when they were retelling the joke over and over and over again. But when I heard what they did, I just found it so. I was just delighted because stupid jokes are brilliant. Uh, some something else I made at that last year's electric picnic good. Well, I think I might have said in one of the other episodes, um, was that I was on stage with Jason Byrne at the comedy tent, and he got me a woman for that short bit of time that I've never seen since after I got off the stage. Although a few people have commented on the Instagram post. Now, it's buried at this stage, but it's still up as far as I'm aware. A few people commented on his Instagram that she was my wife, and I'm just running with it. She was my wife. Um, I'm not taking it seriously for obvious reasons, but yeah. And there's actually someone in work who I refer to as wife number two. Like, it's nothing serious. As far as I'm aware, she might be taking it more seriously than I am, but I'm pretty sure we both know that it's not serious whatsoever. But she's wife number two, even though I've never actually had a relationship, despite being 27, which is sad. What will become of the broken-hearted? And I will not sing anymore because I know copyright on YouTube is a bitch. Not that I'm expecting this video to be taken down anytime soon, but I wouldn't be surprised based on what like nothing's happened to my channel because my channel's so small that even if something did happen, it's easy. Like now, it would mess up kind of the numbering a bit of the episodes, but I'm at the stage where I would prefer if it didn't happen, mm, but it's not a big deal at the moment. Hopefully, nothing happens. But from experience, from watching other YouTubers, I know that at the very least there'll be a few hiccups if nothing serious. Uh, at the 41-minute mark now, and just trying to keep it rolling for the hour. Uh, actually, I was going to look. I look up. Actually, I look up something else. I'll actually look up the movie details subreddit. Uh, enjoy this boring piece of content. Detail. In the Secret Life of Pets, which is an okay movie. Like it's there. I have no interest in seeing it again. Movie is supposed to be just out again. I haven't seen it myself. Nor do I have any interest in seeing it. Like if people enjoy it, well and good. I won't tell them not to enjoy it, but uh, it's just there. Uh, Finish this movie detail. When Max and Duke ask Noah about who he is, he tells them they are the flushed pets, and the iguana throws up a FP gang sign. Hmm, interesting enough, I guess. Uh, just looking for a movie that I particularly like. Here's a very interesting one. Well, not very interesting one, but just something I didn't notice in Spite of Us, which, just to clarify, isn't part of the MCU. Is I think it well, as far as I'm aware, it's not in the MCU. Although with the dimensional shite that like I mean that in the best possible way, and so if it doesn't sound, I suppose because of the dimensional, the universe thing, like you could argue that technically it is, but because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man and they're only working with Disney and Marvel, so that Peter Parker's in the MCU. Into the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse isn't technically part of the MCU, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, Disney could turn around and just buy it, and even if they don't officially include as part of the MCU, you could make the argument, but it's his own thing. With Doc Ock in this movie because you should see it. Like it's so good. Like it's oh my god, it's been out for 2 years. I'm starting to feel old. I'm 27. I'm not that like I know in this grand scheme of things, I'm not. Oh, I'm not actually old, but I'm starting to feel old. Uh, that's actually another good. There's two movie details about Into Spider-Verse, where where the outfit is actually based on the mentors of Miles Morale. I hope I got his name right. Um, where his costume is based on two of the other characters. Um, like obviously one's going to be Peter Parker. I will not tell you who the other one is because again spoilers. Like, and not that I have any problems spoiling movies, but but that movie in particular, I won't spoil in this for this anyway. I could be a dick and just I could end this video at some point and then make one, then start one up immediately and then just spoil it there. But there's so many a lot of bad movies and a lot of okay movies. But oh my god, are there a lot of good movies? And as I said, I, I can't remember if it was. I don't think it was the last one. I think it was the second live stream I put up, the one that I thought I lost, but turns out I was just being stupid and I didn't actually lose it at all. Just didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I commented that I prefer kind of the bullshitty movies, like the kind of, and what I mean by bullshit movies is ones that you don't take serious. Like some of my favorite movies is all serious, like just in A Silent Voice, for example. Very like they do have a few jokes in it and all that, but it's you take it seriously. But on average, I much prefer movies that are aware. Yeah, we're here to entertain you. Like there is meaning to the movie, but we know we're here to entertain you. Like there's like it's so much easier to talk for me anyway. It's so much easier to talk about the stupid kind of move. Well, not even stupid, just the bullshit movies that that you can just go on about. You could spoil very little while talking about a specific scene. Like, take for example, as I was just talking about the Into the Spider Verse. There's a scene where they have to get some. I can't remember the exact details, but they have to get details how to about the device that sends that cuts through universes or dimensions or whatever the explanation was. Like now, no, I'll have to watch it again to remember exactly what they were after. But basically, they were after some piece of information. Now, like I could spoil a bit of it to make you understand it better, but I'll keep it as vague as possible so that I don't spoil it. Of Peter Parker and Miles Morale are in a lab, uh, and they have to get the information. Miles has the unique ability to turn invisible, while Peter Parker is distracting the scientist that came into the room. and they just the way they interact with each other, while at the same time, um, making it obvious that they're not interacting at all, is just hilarious to me. Like the tension in it, you want to see them succeed, but they realize, you know what, this is um, we might as well take full advantage of the situation. Um, and you ask, and you see their personalities coming out as well. Like that's what a movie is supposed to be. Just just expression of what you need. They're forwarding the plot, they're developing character, and they're keeping suspense about suspense with jokes. Like not every, like obviously I know not every movie could pull that off or needs to pull that off, but that's what you should achieve for in the movie. That like you should be like you don't have to make a fun and funny a scene funny for me because like the like you can make a horror movie like not that I watch too many horror movies, but I have seen a handful. Like it, not a a few jokes in it, but it's not a funny movie on as a whole. It's a horror movie. But both the two, chapter one and chapter two, the two movies, they're not a comedy movie. Um, just want to fix my fringe. Actually, one thing. I'm in no particular rush because I remember changing my hairstyle once and I didn't like it, so I just went back to how I usually get my hair cut. But I always get the same haircut: three on the sides and scissors on top. I sometimes in the summer I might get two and scissors on top, but that's about the extent of the change. And I'm always like it's there. I'm not too worried about it, but I am a little conscious about my double crown because my hair sticks out, especially when I don't shower, which I haven't done yet. Yeah, I probably should have showered yesterday. Anyway, but my hair sticks out. It sticks out more as when it's growing out, and then it settles a bit once it grows up. Like it should now, I should be getting showers, but just didn't get a chance to see because I was watching the movie and then went for a walk and then came down here. Uh, should have showered yesterday. Hygiene. Stay high. Didn't, actually, I don't have to explain myself why I didn't get a shower. No one's even watching. Well, one person was watching, but no one in particular is watching these at the moment. I don't have to explain myself to imaginary people. Well, I can't even remember what I was talking about. It. Oh, it. I was talking about the movie. It, not anything called it. Well, it is called it. I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyway, can't even. I can't remember. I remember what in general I was talking about, but I can't remember the specifics of what I said before I got sidetracked. Uh, anyway, almost at the hour now, so I might as well keep going. Uh, actually, I look up movie details. Uh, oh, Oh, so something I didn't actually notice watching while it's modded. I just see it here. Otto can be seen getting progressively closer to the current captain, representing the amount of control Otto has over the lives of those on the ship. Uh, and it show of some that is such a good detail because it, it's something that I didn't that it's something that you understand watching the movie because it does actually show, but it's minor enough that you mightn't see realize exactly what they're saying. Of the scene in Wally where there's pictures of every captain and they make a close up of the pictures where you see the autopilot is actually in it. So like you should be able to make the connection of the AI is the one in control, not the captains. But something I just read there is that it actually gets closer with every captain that you actually see, showing that with every captain it gets more and more control over the ship, over everything. Like oh, it's such a small detail. Oh, I love like not even in movies and video games and everything. Which actually I haven't spoken to. Like I've been playing I've been playing just Starview Valley. I would try to finish Undertale, but the controller is drifting, and I just didn't get a chance to go in to GameStop to get a new controller before going before the shutdown because excuse me, the government of Ireland has closed down everything that's not essential, and video games are not essential. Like, I usually buy physical copies of video games because my internet at home is shite, to put it politely. Um, now, I've downloaded a handful of games only on the Switch though. I have not downloaded the game for anything else. Now, I actually forget. Like I watched a little bit of YouTube on that, but I usually watch YouTube on my phone and sometimes on the TV itself. I rare I rarely watch anything on the PlayStation in, because it's connected to the TV that's connected to the internet anyway. So I might as well turn on turn on the TV itself for if I want to watch Netflix or use my phone for Disney Plus because when I tried watching it on the TV, it was very slow. Like the internet's fast enough for Netflix, thankfully, but just about. And even then, some like there was about a week a while ago where I could not connect to Netflix whatsoever. And I've actually reached the hour on this. Um, I might I might actually just end the live stream here because I know that most most people probably won't watch the full hour of this. Like because plus I think dinner might be ready now anyway at home because I don't actually live in this house. Uh, it's just uh, it's just something that my dad happens to own, and yeah, I'm just taking advantage of the fact that my data down here is faster than the house at home, despite it only being about a 5 minute drive. Yeah, so I'm just going to write a comment on the live stream just for the sake of it. Now, just want to spend another minute or two just to see if I get a reply, which I doubt. But anyway, da da da, managi, dee 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 doo doo doo. No reply, and I think I'll just end it. Do so. Might as well make the ending as appealing as possible.